Our next talk is called Trending in Today's Art World. Let me find it here.
Yeah, and whether you are looking for that perfect piece for a client's project, searching for a new category to add revenue to your gallery's bottom line, or just need some wow to impress, we're here to check out what's happening in today's art scene and add a punch to your collection.
We're here with Michael Joseph, owner of Art Blend. Hi, Michael.
Hey, good evening.
Susanna Pareto Swap, founder of Vanguard Culture in San Diego.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Susanna. And our own Mark Shapiro, director of sales for Redwood Art Group and owner of Mark Shapiro Fine Art.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
And kudos to everyone for being off mute.
Yeah, very good. So Michael, everyone wants to know what's trending, but I don't know, how has it even been possible to watch what's trending during the pandemic year we just had, right?
Yeah, correct. That's the big opening statement. I was just, we're on the East Coast. I just finished dinner with my wife and we were discussing the topics and she said, trending? How can anything be trending? What's trending is a mask. That's it. And art mask. You see all kinds of creative art masks. That's the hot trend. But kidding aside, there are some things going on in the industry right now, and my finger on the pulse with particularly my corporate art consultants and my interior designers and what they're sourcing from us and what they're requesting. So that's kind of interesting. And what they're presenting to us has never really come up before, but they're looking for art with a message, mixed media, sort of art that is relative of the times, what you're seeing in the news, if you will. I think they're collecting artwork and placing artwork that's going to, put an emphasis on history and a documentation of the times that we're going through. And add to that, they're sourcing local art. So projects from coast to coast across the country, which I'm working with the developers, the project managers, and the consultants. A project may be in New York, LA, and they're looking for artists that are in that area to provide the artwork.
Very good.
Yeah, and Mark, we just talked about the home market with Maryland and how it's expanding so much, but do you find that people are looking for more local artists or are they going for international?
I would like to use the term regional artist rather than local artist. Being here in Connecticut in the tri-state area, in a 2.5-hour drive, an artist could be in 8 different states. So the idea of just limiting yourself to this particular local area, no. Open up your horizons a bit. Contact these designers, these decorators, these architects who will tell you, we're looking for projects and this is what we need. Look for decorators and designers who are like-minded. So if you're a sports artist and you're looking to do man caves, don't get into somebody who's doing florals. Look for something that's like-minded. And that's what I would do if I were an artist reaching out.
Have you seen the home sales and the home expansion? Has it hit your business yet? Are you selling more work?
Well, yes and no. So what I've seen is, collectors, now they're home. They have money to spend, and they have their artists, their direction of art and taste is still the same as it was before a pandemic. So clearly they're going to get ahead and they're going to spend their money. With these kind of people, you have to realize that you have to put the right art in front of them to be successful.
Yep. And Susanna, what about San Diego? Can you tell us about the art scene there?
Yeah, San Diego is thriving. San Diego is, we're a border community. And so we have the privilege and opportunity to work with national and international artists, artists from both sides of the border. Clearly, the Latinx community is also really important. More than trending for me, I think it's important for collectors to lead the trend and to take this moment to capture this time capsule that we're all living through. And so what we're seeing here is folks collecting by local artists. And because we have a lot of, BIPOC artists here in this region, which is Black and Indigenous people of color, we are seeing people collect by artists who respond to the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate, even the conspiracy theory stuff and immigration and, all of those things. So it's a really unique moment in time to, hi, buddy.
Sorry about that, man. It never fails.
But it is a really unique time, and we're seeing, and especially, if you have the means to do so, now would be the time to support the artists that you care about, the people in your community. And I think that's what people are doing now. I myself have focused on purchasing artwork by my local artists here, literally in this region, in this small area of San Diego, California. It's important to do so. Now this is their livelihood, so this is the time.
Right. We just highlighted Angela Gonzalez, and she lives there in Mexico, and she's been part
San
of our.
Isidro, I think. Yeah.
So I guess anyone can chime in on this. Do you feel, especially since you're all living in different places, do you guys feel that people are ready for live art experiences?
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows I'm in South Florida, and eyes and ears are on us, and we've been open. I mean, we've been more liberties than probably anyone in any one state has had, and I partly feel guilty for that, but we've definitely had our share of obstacles to overcome as well. But the atmosphere is different here. The lifestyle is different. But so we've had some live events. I mean, you've watched us have a Super Bowl. We're having sporting events going on, car auctions, and some other things that are happening. So we've been ready. We're ready. We're waiting for the other cities to open up. I'm in close touch with Eric, and Eric has his pulse on the industry, so we know, what we're anticipating. I was listening in earlier to what Jeff had to say. We do also participate in a show out in the Hamptons. There's readiness for that in August, and that's it. I think if we can turn the corner on that, we're in turn 3, turn 4. We're already preparing for a wonderful Spectrum Miami in December. I've been trying to reach Eric this week and book as much space as I can, because I think it's going to be exciting. I think everybody is ready. There's some pent up energy. I was listening to what Ms. Ford was talking about the housing market here in South Florida. Listings are going in a day to 3, and it's happening. So, yeah.
San Diego's we're really lucky in San Diego because we have the best weather probably in the nation. And so it's really cool that a lot of arts organizations have taken all of their happenings outside. And so things have been opening up, distanced and masked and all of those things. And now the trend is, are you double vaxxed? Are you double vaxxed? That's the thing. And but what we're lucky because year round we can have, all right, I'm next. But we're really lucky because year round we can have, the restaurants have taken everything outside, and which has been a really cool new move that I hope stays. And the museums have taken all, artwork and done outdoor exhibitions and then all the virtual things too. Even though we are ready, I hope that some of those virtual happenings don't go away, because it's given us an opportunity to connect with people quite easily from around the world. Just as you mentioned, all the people that are on this call today from Italy and Switzerland and all these folks, normally they would have had to, get on a plane and find a place to stay. And the expense there was quite different than just hopping on a Zoom call, getting to connect with other creative leaders and, experiencing something cool.
That's interesting, Savannah, because somebody might be visiting San Diego, popular destination, from say Italy or the East Coast, and then they find out about your organization, you're hosting another event, and you can pick up a whole new audience member, through, even if you just film it and then you post it on your site and they can watch it later. Like we're recording this, right? So this could be, in fact, our first RAVE event had 3,400, attendees. The next one had 1,800 to 2,000. And hopefully this one, it's more of a trade. So anywhere around 1,000 would be fantastic, but it's not just that. How many people watch it later, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
That's happened to us a lot. All of our events, we were like, how did you hear from us? We're getting people from Australia and from all over, literally all over the world. I'm like, how did they find out about us? And our audiences have grown and become more diverse. Not just, we're very San Diego focused typically, but now throughout the pandemic, we've actually been promoting and producing events that are open to anyone. And you're right, they get to be watched again and again, and they grow legs. It's really cool opportunity that we shouldn't squander. We shouldn't just go back to this old normal, but have a hybrid version that's a new future.
That's right. So a friend of mine, Mike Clary, who is a Canadian, lives in Calgary, and he attended some of our events here with like Art San Diego, and we had an Indian Wells event. And he just texted me when your cat walked by, Michael, and said,
I heard you saying earlier, you introduced my wife and I in our company and mentioning that I was in show business and the concert business. So, I'm known as the P.T. Barnum, and why wouldn't I orchestrate that my cat would walk by, right? Cameo appearance. But hopefully we'll all go viral from that.
My last question is, has anyone been to a museum lately?
Museums, oof.
No.
Yeah. The San Diego Museum of Art opened up, and we're members, and I hadn't been to a museum in over a year, and I was almost on the verge of tears. It was so moving, and just to think, what's really cool, actually, I attended an event last night, actually, for trustees of all of the museums in Balboa Park. We have like 30 something museums in Balboa Park. And they showed us that even though the museums have been shut down for visitors throughout the pandemic, there's so much activity happening. People are, they're doing so much work. They're like rebuilding, they're renovating, they're getting ready. So, don't underestimate what museums are capable of under the pandemic, and of course support them, but it's really moving to think, you forget, you take for granted what you don't have. And even art shows like this, when we finally get to do this in person, in a real sort of way, it's very moving to have artwork right this close and get to see the textures and the lines versus a virtual version, for sure. So yeah, we all miss that. We do.
Yeah. To add to that, to what you're exactly saying, we were having a dinner discussion with a group last week, and talking about things we miss coming in contact with, or what we would put on our priority list to go see. And I give credit to my dad, who said, you know what, it's the mass. You feel the mass of the object, what you're talking about, of coming in contact with the art. You feel the presence of it there in the room with it. We were, talking about traveling and just going to, seeing landmarks or going to cities. I was talking earlier about my travels as a photographer, and it was just like, when you're looking at a picture of the Brooklyn Bridge, is not the same thing of standing in front of it. Right. Because you feel the mass, you feel that energy that you're talking about. So I think, in that round discussion that we had, it was like, yes, everybody was looking forward to going back out and into immersing themselves into that again and feeling that. It's a feeling. My wife talks about it all the time. Feelings and emotional connections. So we need that.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. It was a pleasure to have you all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.